Right, welcome to a very good evening over here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Your last broadcast for the night, of course, lead up to Nyamiad Mochina Club World Cup quarterfinals, round of 16 quarterfinal. Possible qualifications, round of 16 is money. We are back. With a lot of conversations, with a lot of analysis, we're asking Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining us. So you're new to the channel. If you don't subscribe. Turn on notification 10 and Michelle. Do choose all and send me anytime we content ever drop and you are first to have a tea on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Now be any come so investors so they are then today's games are still on a couple of games and then 3 codes here the 2 and he did in common I already and then Air so all of them they are still in the running now has Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Making sure say obey enjoy the analysis, so enjoy analysis now where we need to be so and they are sure when BBI come and they are man here when you need come because there is good news from the camp of Chelsea, good news from Real Madrid. Of course, it looks as if there is some good news also from the camp of team friend FC Barcelona. There is already a list. Usually I started with Chelsea news, but you started with Chelsea news. You did Chelsea in 7 breakdown of baby I see now you didn't come in from first of all Chelsea goalkeeper a branch of friend Jorgi Petrovic. Sobekaya Jorgi was supposed to come in as a backup to Robert Sanchez and Mauricio Pochettino. Jorgi was good at certain parts of the season when Roberts got injured. Now Abra Mauricio Echo, the numbers and the game time for my brand friend Jorgi Petrovic was going to reduce. My brand no born a ball New England Revolution and I Chelsea co-founder by 80. He wasn't really a top or world beater in terms of goalkeepers, but that loan that was Strasbourg really made him stand out in the eyes of a lot of people. People feel like, wow, what a player Jorgi Petrovic is in terms of the team, on the foot of play, on the foot of play, in the save and the cross claiming. The only thing that Jorgi ain't too good at was the ball playing ability from the back. Not only too exceptional in terms of the ball playing ability of a goalkeeper. And he was supposed to go to Strasbourg to learn that part of the game. He did. And once he did, he was supposed to come back to Chelsea and compete. Jorgi said he wasn't ready to compete. So Enzo Maresca can say, oh no, nobody has an automatic number 1 on a team in him. Everybody has to compete for the spot. And that was the news that was coming out. So Jorgi decided that he wasn't going to compete for them number 1 spot of Chelsea and he had to go. And then we are getting say Galatasaray are going to meet Chelsea directors tonight and then you on Jorgi Petrovic. If it goes to plan, the deal could be completed next week. Galatasaray are going to get your friend Jorgi Petrovic to come in and then become a player or whatever. They value him, they like him. They want to make sure your friend Jorgi Petrovic is going to be a Galatasaray player or whatever. And in there, Yate Senkomo Bebre Eba and they said Barcelona trying to put Marc-Andre ter Stegen into the Chelsea conversation. Everybody knows a Chelsea fan. So when you're experienced goalkeeper, they'll go in for it. Experienced goalkeeper, they'll go in for it. But they have not been able to find one that meets evaluation, market price, this and that. The first one was a branch friend of Mike Mignon. But like Igor Tudor, about Mike Mignon, Chelsea ain't the deal for Mike Mignon. Barcelona trying to put in the name of a branch friend of Marc-Andre ter Stegen. What we are hearing is that Chelsea have not actively started any conversation for a branch friend of Marc-Andre ter Stegen from Barcelona to Chelsea. It's not something that Chelsea are actively doing. Chelsea have not done that over there. Of course, Andres Santos in the last few days, now you didn't come and say on sharing your born in being boy with Chelsea. The thing is that according to Party, Andres Santos entourage have not gone to Chelsea to say that they want minutes. According to Party again, say Andres Santos started catching Chelsea for want to say up a more game time, more minutes. What it means is that Andre would want to leave the club and go and get the minutes also, because when you say on sharing your minutes be away from Chelsea. Now, what we are hearing is that Andre's entourage, any Andre, and I guess Adiatum, Omotias here, said there is a lot of competition at Chelsea. They don't have to worry too much. Say, when you be more and that's when you be more against Flamingo, and just say Enzo Mares campaign. They agree So Enzo Maresca say he's trying to get Andre to understand the tenets of how he plays his football. So that Andre can become a top player at Chelsea Football Club. I mean, that's exactly what is going on. Andre Santos is expected to get more minutes and opportunities after the Club World Cup once he has time to acclimatize, and that is what Chelsea Football said. They expect that Andre Santos will get more time to do the acclimatization. Around that point in time, Abrante and Andre Santos will get more minutes over there. Brighton and Hove Albion for so will play your friend João Pedro. Not on the list of Chelsea for, but Chelsea for quickly had to accept and then accept and believe say Abrante and João Pedro most likely will tilt towards team your friend in Newcastle United. Now in the last 2 days, Newcastle for now sent an official bid to Brighton and Hove Albion for now to try and convince them to sell Abrante and João Pedro to team my friend in Newcastle United. And he said the deal has not been able to go through as at this point in time. Brighton have rejected offers of £50 million for João Pedro from Newcastle United. At least one other club, Chelsea, are also keen on the Brazilian, and Brighton for now turned down a deal for Abrante João Pedro from Newcastle United. Liam Delap is the 20th different Chelsea player to score a goal for the club this season, equaling 2015-2016 campaign, one behind the Chelsea's club record of 21 players that scored throughout the season. Chelsea for Newcastle, after facing 13 shots on target in Chelsea's first two games in the tournament in the Club World Cup, Chelsea did not face any shot against AS Tunis the first time under Enzo Maresca. We had not faced a shot on target over there for Chelsea Football Club. According to Opta, Chelsea in the fifth likely club beating the Club World Cup. The first one, Paris Saint-Germain 20.6%, Man City 20.4%, Inter Milan 12.4%, Bayern Munich 11.3%, Chelsea 10.4%, Real Madrid 9.7%, Dortmund 5.6%, and Benfica 4.2% in terms of those that can go in and then win the Club World Cup. That is what they are saying there. This is how Chelsea for we'll see how Chelsea for everything possibly can go on and win the Club World Cup. We see Chelsea can go on and win. Maybe Chelsea now looks like it's a good place to be in terms of the run in for the Club World Cup. We'll see if that is possible. Chelsea player your friend Romeo Lavia heading come now. Romeo has explained a lot of things about the relationship with some of the players, the relationship with the coach Enzo Maresca, the relationship on the field of play, and why he wants to stay fit and then give himself a chance at winning the Club World Cup and helping the club win the Club World Cup this season. This is what Romeo started on the Chelsea for Nadine Como. I spend more time with the French-speaking players because it's my first language, but I feel like I am close to everyone. It's a great group of guys and everyone gets along on and off the pitch. I feel that helps us in matches because you understand each other. According to him, I know France boys no Nadine Como, Benoit Belachile, Wesley Fofana. At least I said one of the close friends here, Benoit, Wesley. There is Malo Gusto, Mo, Axel Assassin, Kunkumo, but then again, he wants to make sure players don't warning enough before, and then they have good conversations, and it's a great group. And of course, he goes on. Senior sources have explained that Chelsea are not afraid to make the squad even younger if the need arises. Romeo Lavia, I feel good at the moment. I've played minutes in every game at the Club World Cup so far. I just have to keep on going because, and I said this recently in an interview, the biggest credit a footballer can have is being available. And I think that's a very, very good take from my brand friend Romeo Lavia. As a footballer, you have to be available because that's the credits that you have. Romeo Lavia on Maresca. So obviously, I've known him longer than most of the squad. Really enjoying working with him. He has very clear footballing philosophy and very clear ideas, and these match what I can bring on the pitch. I enjoy my football with him and feel he understands the players well. which helps him enormously over there in terms of what Enzo Maresca as a person is and how everything that is going on. There is a breaking news on our brand here, your friend Jimmy Bino Gittens. In there, Dortmund Fono are talking to replacement of our brand friend Jimmy Bino Gittens. Omajiatu said Gittens is going to leave their club and is going to go on and play for Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea are close to agreeing a deal to sign Jimmy Gittens from Dortmund, and it is cover cycle and a break is our first story. I was Sky Sports today. Chelsea are exploring option of signing attackers this summer. They are very close to agreeing a deal for Jimmy Bino Gittens. Chelsea for now and now finally our brand friend Jimmy Gittens is going to be a Chelsea player, and I've explained several times that he is the kind of player who has a short ending action. Or to chain 1, 2, 3, no one shot, 1, 2, 3, no one shot, and a trickery or your pacey or a direct, it gives you that short ending action over there, and that's what our brand here, your friend Jimmy Bino Gittens talks between Chelsea and Dortmund for Jimmy Bino Gittens are the final stages. BVB have started to work on possible replacement for him. Chelsea really waiting for the here we go for Jimmy Bino Gittens. Gittens to Chelsea, it's at its final stage. Feels like this saga has dragged on for ages now, but hopefully Chelsea gets to wrap it up for Jimmy Bino Gittens. The Chelsea obviously are going to get a new winger for this summer transfer window, and it's going to be our brand here of Dortmund. Let me run you through the specifics of the deal. Jimmy will be a blue. Chelsea will pay BVB £55 million, including add-ons to the German club. Personal terms 100% they agreed, 7-year contract until 2032. If all goes to plan, Chelsea finalize the deal in the number of hours for our brand here, your friend Jimmy Bino Gittens, and everything that's going to go on for him. See, I mean, it's good news for Chelsea, it's good news for Bino Gittens, it's good news for everybody that's involved in the deal. Finally, the saga has gotten to an end on him, and it's done deal, it's sealed now. Our brand here friend Sumani Fati, a left wing option to team your friend FC Monaco, our French league, and Monaco have always wanted our brand here your friend and Sumani Fati and the quality that he brings in. Some Barca players have been having a conversation. Rafinha has been talking about him. Javier Tebas been doing comment about Nico Williams and the possibility of joining Barca or not being able to join. Home commanding in commanding now has a ball near the command area amount. Send baby come. It's an exciting conversation with respect to Juan Laporte and Javier Tebas. And then Javier Tebas, La Liga president, SC Athletic Club complained because Deco statement expressed desire to sign the player. According to FIFA regulations, he is in a protected period and they have no authority to interfere with that. Barca will have to comply with the regulations in order to register whether it's Nico, Haaland, Messi, whoever. That is exactly what's in there. Javier Tebas can Charlie. Athletic Club for or no Javier Tebas as a manager, as the president of La Liga. He understands where Athletic Club are coming from. They spoke out because at the end of the day, Athletic Club they were worried because a player is in a protected period and you can't just talk about him publicly. He said, and I said, over Jennifer, team friend Athletic Club. It has to be done in the remits of the law and also the rules. So Athletic Club do not need to issue any statement. It's our duty to clarify doubts about financial fair play. We are transparent. We don't reveal the deep economic details of clubs, but it's known that there was a meeting of division committee in February in which the reasons for the salary caps were explained and the situation of Barcelona was explained because we have the Olmo case. Case no court that. I need to explain here. Javier Tebas said La Liga and Barcelona are not within the 1:1 rule, and I hope they achieve it as soon as possible. They already know what they need to do. I think and then the clarity said Barca are not in the 1:1 rule, from Javier Tebas and Tebas, Athletic Club are also know what Barca must do to be within the 1:1 rule. We are very transparent in February so that no one will question financial fair play. And according to them, it has to be because Barca has to sell. So Barca wants to be in a 1:1 and they have to sell. It's as simple as that. And so Barca to be able to get to 1:1 rule out. Something that's very, very interesting because to be very honest, if you look at how things are going on Spanish La Liga and then how competitive things are, Athletic Club for Imagine said they will not let Barca play any games for them. Barca for also Nico Williams. At the beginning, I told you that Barca sporting directors now very smart, deep, they understand how to go around the transfer markets or Spain and getting the player on their side, getting the player to apply pressure, and then they taking it from the point of view to buy time and then going and pounce and getting a branch of Nico or Smart. Barca planning is simple. What they have to do is that they want to make sure, say, first off, they go in to finish up with a player. After finalizing it with a player, you let the player go to Athletic Club to go and negotiate with the club themselves. Then they buy time because, again, Barca don't want that to be in this financial window. It has to be in the next financial window. But while that is done, before even the financial window starts for next summer, in July, what they have to do is that they need to sell players. Ronaldo, Arau, all of these players, Barca would have to sell them. And in selling them, once they do that job, they have to make sure that at the end of the day, they have the money in there to go and bring in Abrantia, your friend Nico Williams. Athletic Club said they will protect their interest and you cannot fault them. Rafinha, Nico Williams is very highly quality player. He is very good at it. Anyone who comes with a mentality of achieving success, working hard and putting in effort is very much welcome. That's exactly what Abrantia, your friend Rafinha, he goes on, talks about a club World Cup. I say, it's a shame to give up my holiday to play something you are forced to play. At no point were the players asked about the date if they wanted to play. That's what he's talking about. So, Charlie, Club World Cup, no players now going through it. As a DBR, you have to come and play games and then waste too much time in getting the job done. No, almost say any exciting according to Abrantia, your friend Rafinha, Dean Hudson versus Al Hilal. When you have 79 touches, 52 passes, and the most. Also again in Dean Hudson versus Pachuca, 97 passes, most 75 touches. The other way around, the most. Dean Hudson versus Salzburg, 101 touches, most 73 passes, most. And they are saying that it's special. I think it's more than special. I think that if you know Dean Hudson in terms of ball playing ability and breaking lines in fair trade, and then be comfortable on the ball, player from the back there, he's one of the best on the market, especially at that age. He's one of the best. Obeka Madrid phone have been in the gun for Abrantia, your friend Alvaro Carreras for a very, very long time. They have not been able to get a signature of Alvaro Carreras. The last time Rui Costa, Benfica for President Babeka said, Madrid know what they have to do. For offer Biamba, in Tomopa, for Fambra, the offer bar. They are going to get the boy and is going to be their player or tournament. But still, Madrid the phone say they are very, very optimistic in getting a brand here friend Alvaro Carreras to come in and then be their new player or tournament. I'm gonna say they are very, very optimistic. Said it's going to happen. Gonzalo Garcia and Carlo Ancelotti 62 minutes played the entire season, and Xabi Alonso already 225 minutes. It's clear. So brand here friend Xabi Alonso trust him. David Alaba is injured, according to Madrid Forum, and is going to be out for at least a month or something that we're expecting to see. Right now, what we are hearing is that Chelsea for young boy, your friend Estevan Willian, number 10. I know is down to the coach. No one player wakes up and comes says, "Oh, change number 10." Our club when he gets into the club, Chelsea for Nini didn't come on, and once Nini didn't come on, they will discuss how things are going to go on in terms of the position he has to play, how he fits the team, and all of those things. Also with time, we'll see how things are going to go on from there. Saying in terms of how Club World Cup call time after the Club World Cup we'll see how things are going to go. 100% confirmed. Arsenal have inquired, asked questions about Eberechi Eze. Some of them come with team name. They've asked questions about him We'll see if our branch friend and Breche is going to go in there and then be another player of one. Beside Trent Alexander-Arnold said language barrier. Coach Jabi speaks to me a lot individually to make sure I understand everything that gets said. The meetings are in Spanish, so he goes out of his way, and the staff go out of their way to make sure I understand the game plan over there. And they speak more like the quality English. Or understand about Trent Alexander-Arnold will understand how things are going on from there. And then Chelsea players, Cole Palmer, Enzo Fernandez, and the likes, maybe they want to have a good time. How many Chelsea fans and OUS on them? Chelsea are moving close to agreeing a deal for Gittens. We've spoken about that already. We'll see how things are going to go on from there. Let's drop the curtain here. Drop the curtain. Let's bring you some more on the show. Bring you 2 more over the weekend. All the updates of the Benya get the I see on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing us. So then, see ya. Bye bye.